Good morning, my name is Lorrie. Welcome to the third week of embellishing the herringbone stitch. This is Upskill Monday on my channel, We Are Quilters. Let me review very quickly for you the basic stitch. And you'll notice that this is a larger herringbone stitch, so I have room to add embellishments. Oops. So I bring up my thread, and I'm leaving about 1/4 of an inch there because I want lots of space. Then I do my backward tack stitch, come to the bottom, backward tack stitch, and I'm keeping this, like I said, big, loose, and open so I can add other stitches. And it takes little to no time to make this big open stitch. So let me finish up this stitch so I can add some embellishment to the embellishment. Now that we have had a quick review of the herringbone stitch, let's get to embellishing the embellishment. Today I'm going to, where the X is made, I'm going to put a bar tack, and then I'm going to add some beads. So I'm just going to add a little bar tack right here. I'm using a different color green. And that's all I'm going to add as far as stitch. And I'm going to add a little bead at the top and the bottom of that bar tack as soon as I get all these little straight stitches on there. Let me speed up this process a little bit, and then we'll add some beads. I have them all stacked right here, waiting to go. So I now have all the stitches done here, and I'm going to add beads instead of French knots. You could add French knots if you want. I happened across a set of beads that match or go very well with the sequins that were sewn on this button. So I think I'm going to use that as my beads. So there will be a variety of beads. And because there's a variety of beads, I'm going to use a purplish gray thread to sew them on. I am going to use a beading needle. Any needle that will go through your beads will work, but I am using a beading needle to put these on. Let me get my thread set up. I'm going to let the bead off of that one because it is in the seam allowance. And I don't want to risk breaking a needle when I sew blocks together. Okay, so a moment ago, I started out with a purplish color thread and these beads that matched the sequins on the button. And I did about 4 or 5, and I decided I wasn't crazy about that. So then I switched to maybe some brighter colored beads and a black thread. And I did 2 or 3 of those, and it was making it so dark and gloomy looking, even with the bright colored threads, that I decided, nope, that was not the answer either. So then I decided maybe I'll match the button background color and pulled out these light blue beads and with some light blue thread. And that seems to be what this block one's done to it. So let me add some more beads and show you this finished row in just a moment. There's the first little row done. I will finish up the second row and show it to you on Friday. But before I go back to working on this block, I also have another one here that I have started that is the same type of idea. And instead of just doing one tack stitch up, I did one across, so it looks like a snowflake. Since this has some Christmassy fabric in it, I also drew the lines with my Friction pen so that it would be, the 4 parts would be universal in width. Now to this one for Friday, I think I am going to add a white sequin and a little tiny white or silver bead and make it look like a snowflake. That's the plan, but as you know, sometimes plans change. And then that gave me another idea that maybe since it's just one stitch up, I could use something like a rocaille bead across instead of just doing a stitch. So we will see how that transpires too. I'll let you know how this experiment works out. I hope you have enjoyed today's show with embellishing the embellishment of a herringbone stitch. And I will show you my results on Friday. Hope you give it a try. Let me know if you come up with any other things that look really good. Thank you for watching. See you later. Bye. Please remember to like and subscribe. Help my channel grow.